The service to celebrate 50 years of evangelism was led by Emeritus Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Henry Luke Orobi. Orobi commended the late Bishop Festo Kivengere for playing a huge role in spreading the gospel of Christian revival.
Bishop Kivengere was a very bold man, very persuasive, full of the zeal of the gospel. He became the Bishop of Kivengere after the Muzungu bishop left. His zeal, his voice, his legacy must never be silenced.
Reverend Canon John Senyonyi, one of the leaders in the African Evangelistic Enterprise, disclosed plans to set up a school to train evangelistics in order to restore sanctity of evangelism.
The things that we've been working on and which we hope to launch, in fact next month, is a school to train evangelists so that their preaching is biblically sound, theologically strong.
The former Prime Minister of Uganda, Dr. Rugunda, and the Minister of State for Industry, David Bahati, who all benefited from the support of Kivengere in their academic journeys, shared their testimonies to the congregation.
I could not continue with my studies, so I wrote a letter to Bishop Festo Kivengere in Pasadena, California, and Bishop Kivengere's response was advising me to contact the Institute of International Education, which group organized the payment of my tuition that the university required.
I couldn't raise school fees. As I was there at the crossroads, Mbuzigwe Iguru Obutembero, as one of the songs in Runyankoro Chiga goes, Embabazi za Ruhanga, God's grace came to my rescue through the Reverend Stephen Tugomwe, who had heard about my plight and recommended me to an organization called Strome Foundation.
The First Lady, Janet Kataha Museveni, officiated as guest of honor and hailed Bishop Festo Kivengere as a hero who risked his life to support Museveni's family while in exile in Kenya during the guerrilla warfare that brought the NRM government in power.
I'm so emotional remembering that time and how difficult that time was, but that Bishop Kivengere didn't mind that he was putting himself at risk because identifying with us would make his own life at risk. But he overlooked that and he was willing to stand out and help our family in a very difficult circumstance.
She expressed concern over the absence of chapels and scripture union in schools, which used to develop learners in the spiritual aspect when they're still young.
Who had a chapel in their compound, and scripture union was very active in schools. Our children, therefore, did not only develop intellectually, but in every aspect of their lives, including the spiritual aspect. But I'm inviting you to not just remain limited in a education sector, but to explore how we can now really sit and discuss with you and see how we can perhaps help to empower you so that you can help us, to model the character of Jesus Christ to our younger generation.
Report by Fred Kajubi for the news.
Download the app on App Store or Google Play Store now. Vision Digital Experience.